It's already 1-0 to my opponent, who I play here, and I bring our second game. So my opponent has already got 1-0 against me for probably BlitZ chess on Lichess. This game was played a couple of hours ago, and it features some exciting chess, I think, or some interesting chess. So first of all, we'll get through the formalities. Here is move 1. I'll just have to wake the board up. Move 1, e3. And look at the next move that black plays now. It's as if they know me. What do they play? You guessed it. f5. Move 1, f5. It's probably quite a good move against d3. And see, here's d4. Usually I don't play bishop d3 because d6 and e5 can happen. Knight e4, castling. d6, bishop e4, fe4, knight g5, d5. It's now I play c4, h6. It's your move on move 10. What would you play now? I only played this move for 1 or 2 reasons, or maybe more, and my opponent, by the way, is from Germany. I only played this move for 1 reason, and 1 or 2, 3 reasons only, is I felt like it, and I also wanted to keep maybe the black king in the center for a wee while. So I played, of course, move 10, cd5, hg5, fg5, queen d5, knight c3. So here comes queen d6, which threatens, of course, queen h2 check, and other things too. And probably bishop h3 after that, maybe, or something like that. So I have to be sensible. Rook f4. So my opponent is playing up to my sacrifice, which I'll call a sacrifice. My opponent plays true to form. They have beaten me, so they must be good. e5. They must be good, or I must be no good. e5, knight e4. Queen d8, knight f6, king e7. Now it's your move. What would you play now? It's all my fault. I got you in this position. I carry on with my theme, if there's such a theme. I carry on with the move. I hope you saw this, because I had to find something here, because I could lose this, but I have got the king in the center, and my king's on the edge of the board, but it's not exactly completely safe. I've got a dark squared bishop. I've got a knight posted on f6, and a rook that's been menaced on e5 capture offer to black to capture my rook on f4, and I cannot capture on e5, which I'd probably like to, as then I would be met with queen takes queen check, and then I would resign. There's rook e4. Now here comes knight c6, so you'll move again. d5, and here comes black's next move, because guess what, the pawn is still pinned to the defense of my queen on d1, and ultimately my king as well, and maybe even the rook on e4. So here comes bishop f5. So what's your move now? to continue this sort of theme that I bring you today. I'm sacrificing quite a bit with the move Queen F3. Now Bishop E4, take that, I'll have that, thanks, says my opponent. And here's Queen E4. So now I threaten maybe DC6 or maybe something else. Bishop F6, G F6, King F6. So that's your move now. What would you play now? I played on move 21, Bishop D2. Now the knight cannot be captured really, can it, on C6, as then Queen takes Bishop on D2. So my opponent now plays Queen D7, but of course there's more ways to skin a cat, even though I'm probably not going to skin my opponent's. I'm probably not going to be able to win against my opponent. Here's Rook F1 and King G7. So it's your move now. What would you play now? Here I played the following move on 23, Bishop C3. So now this is starting to look a little bit reasonable. Now I still threaten the knight on C6, and my opponent's getting short of time and incidentally ended up on 1.9 seconds, and I ended up on 32 seconds. My opponent soon flags or gives up. Actually, he resigns. Plays Rook A E8 now. Fair enough. So I just take this pawn. No, it's a knight. DC6, Queen D6. Well done. CB7. And now comes the last move of Black's, which is the following: Rook H5, and here my opponent resigned. So it's 1-1, and there I leave you with this game that I think was quite exciting. What would be my next move? Maybe G4, maybe Queen C4, or maybe something else, but maybe G4. Well, it's not exactly certain, but there is, after G4, if I play G4, okay, let's just have a look at this. Okay, I can't play it. I can't play the move, but if I can play G4, then if the rook goes back to, say, H6 or H7 or something, or H8, then what do? I play B7 to B8, pawn promotion to a queen. Thereby my opponent will probably want to take the queen on B8, and then we have Bishop E5 check, and my opponent will really resign after that move. If they move their rook from H5 to H6 or something similar, not to G5, because then we have H4 wins the rook and probably the game. Who knows? Okay, bye for now. Cheers.